Breaking news. Crisis in Southeast. Federal government, not IPOB, is the issue. Vanguard News reports. In any normal claims, it will be hard for a colonist to comment on any other issue this past month other than the fatal plane crash that claimed the lives of the Chief of Army Staff, General Ibrahim Attairu, and other 10 officers, and the fallout, including the commander-in-chief. The heartless felt condolences expressed by the Minister of Defense, General Basil Mangachi. But Nigeria is a study in abnormality. For me, writing on Attairu's death, as tragic as it is, the man was only 54 years and appointed army chief barely 5 months ago. Or President Muhammadu Buhari's implacable refusal to attend the burial ceremonies, which took place at the National Military Cemetery in Abuja, about 18 minutes drive from Aso Rock, would be tantamount to chasing rodents when one's house is on fire. Alagbo is on fire, and no contentious objectors can afford to be silenced in the face of the ongoing war of attrition since President Muhammadu Buhari approved undisclosed new security measures for the Southeast and South-South regions, as announced by the Acting Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba. Since then, IGP Baba has given an ultimatum to carry out extrajudicial killings in the Southeast. While launching Operation Restore Peace in Enugu, he declared, "Don't mind the media shouts. Do the job I command you. If anyone accuses you of human rights violations, the report will come to my table, and you know what I will do about it. So, take the battle to them, wherever they are, and kill them all. Don't wait for an order." That is rather frightening and reckless. Unfortunately, it seems the order has gone into full force, and the collateral damage is mounting. On Monday, I received a phone call from a friend in Owerri, and the message was portentous. He said, please, I'm pleading with you in the name of God. Something serious is going on in Imo State, and the whole world must hear about it. That is what I want. My friend, a university lecturer, bolted out as soon as I picked his call. An ordinarily sedate person. I have never seen him as exasperated and disseparate. He narrated an encounter between him and a senior police officer of Igbo extraction a few minutes before he called. The officer told him how policemen, in the name of hunting down independent people of Biafra IPOB activists accused of killing police officers and burnt down police stations, would swamp on bus stops in the early evenings, arrest youth and detain them, and without even bothering to charge anyone to court. Every night about 10 are taken out to be similarly executed. What is going on here is genocide, and the whole world needs to know about it. Please use your voice. Don't be silent, he pleaded. I've always worried that the worsened security situation in the southeast will boil down to this. To be sure, any attack on security infrastructure in the southeast and indeed anywhere else is condemnable. Killing of policemen is an egregious act that must be adequately punished in accordance with the law of the land. But every well-meaning Nigerian must be horrified by federal government's hardly discussed desire to turn the southeast into a war zone rather than seek for its peace and development. The only reason why the Nigerian state would declare a war against Indigo, which is what IGP Baba's mandate to officers amount to, is because some people in government continue to view the old Eastern region from the prism of a conquered terrorist effectively under the occupation since the end of civil war in 1970. It is not possible that IPOB may not be the culprit in this disastered attack against police in the southeast and south-south. Imo State Governor Opuzodima has no sympathy for IPOB, neither do they have for him. The hatred is mutual, but this week, his chief press secretary, Oguwike Onwachuchu, issued a statement as reported by the news agents of Nigeria NAN, saying that no fewer than 400 people who carried out recent attack in Imo have been arrested and charged to court as well. The good thing is that Onwachuku said that over 70% of them are not Igbo. So what does that say about the crisis in the region? Since there are no Hausa, Fulani or Yoruba members of IPOB, does that not suggest that Igbo youth may not be behind the violence in the region? Could there be fifth colonists and governments be interested in Opuzodima's disclosure rather than levying war on an otherwise peaceful region? It is obvious that those in Abuja are baying for the blood of their Betty Naira Indigo. If the short ad sits in an attempt to warm twist Indigo into surrendering their ancestral lands to herdsmen, then it will fail. This is one battle the federal government cannot win, sorry to say. It will fall in the south, just as a plot will surely meet its Waterloo in the north central. In case the federal government does not know of the over 70 million Igbo living at home and in diaspora, every one of them, including those in this cabinet, is a Biafra. The only distinction is that while there is a vocal, more fanatical minority led by the like of Nnamdi Kanu that subscribes to the idea of a territorial Biafra, the silent majority subscribers, they subscribe to what Nkemba Nnewi Emeka Udumegwe Ojukwu referred to in his tweet lights as Biafran of the mind. Ojukwu's Biafra of the mind is metaphor for justice, is metaphor for equity and fair play. Why not pursuing territorial space as it was the case in the late 1960s? Biafran of the mind is a clarion call on Indigo and indeed all oppressed Nigerians to stand up against repression, tyranny, and quickly Nigeria must leave Biafra to get its independence.